Have you ever wondered why some people are able to face their fears and achieve greatness while others remain paralyzed by them? Fear, a universal emotion, can be a formidable adversary. It has the power to shackle us in its icy grip, preventing us from reaching our full potential. But paradoxically, it can also serve as a catalyst for growth, pushing us to confront our deepest anxieties and emerge stronger. Throughout the annals of history, many individuals have stood face to face with their fear, transforming it into a tool for their triumph. They have defied the odds, becoming symbols of bravery and resilience, their stories echoing through time. These remarkable figures have not merely overcome their fears, but have harnessed them to propel themselves towards greatness. In this video, we'll delve into the lives of 3 such extraordinary figures, all of whom have left a profound impact on history. Our journey begins in the mid-1800s with the indomitable Harriet Tubman. Born into slavery in Maryland, Harriet Tubman's life was a cocktail of fear and oppression. But amidst these shackles of despair, there was a spark, a spirit that refused to be extinguished. Harriet Tubman was not born fearless. Fear was her constant companion, but it was how she chose to respond to this fear that set her apart. She allowed her fear to shape her, to mold her into a beacon of courage and resilience. In the dark corners of her life, she found the strength to escape her captors and taste the sweet nectar of freedom. But her journey didn't end there. Imagine the immense courage it took for her to return, time and time again, to the very place she had escaped from. The place that was a constant reminder of her past, her pain, her fear. But Harriet was driven by a force more powerful than fear, a force fueled by love, compassion, and an unwavering belief in freedom for all. She became a conductor on the Underground Railroad, a secret network of safe houses that led slaves to freedom. Fast forward to the 20th century, we meet the formidable Jackie Robinson. Born in 1919 in Cairo, Georgia, Robinson was a beacon of courage and determination, living proof that fear could be overcome and that barriers were meant to be broken. Robinson was an exceptional athlete, excelling in sports like basketball, football, and track. But it was in the world of baseball that he would leave an indelible mark. In 1947, Robinson shattered the color barrier in Major League Baseball when he stepped onto Ebbets Field as the first African-American player in the league. This was a time when segregation was rampant and racial tensions ran high. Robinson faced a storm of racism and threats, yet he held his ground. Imagine the fear he must have felt each time he stepped onto the field, knowing that he carried the weight of his race on his shoulders. But Robinson didn't let fear deter him. He faced it head-on, using it as fuel to propel him forward. And propel him forward it did. Robinson was a phenomenal player, earning numerous accolades throughout his career, including the prestigious Most Valuable Player Award in the National League in 1949. But Robinson's impact went beyond the baseball field. He was a symbol of resistance, a figurehead for change. He stood tall, faced his fears, and in doing so, he opened doors for countless others. He showed the world that courage wasn't about the absence of fear, but about the ability to face it, to stand up against it, and to push through it. Robinson once said, "Life is not a spectator sport. You're going to spend your whole life in the grandstand just watching what goes on. In my opinion, you're wasting your life." And he lived by these words, confronting fear and adversity head-on, never backing down, never giving up. From Jackie Robinson, we learn that the path to progress often lies in confronting our fears head-on. Last but not least, we encounter the audacious Rosa Parks. In the heart of Montgomery, Alabama, in the year 1955, Parks, an African-American seamstress, took a stand by keeping her seat. In defiance of Jim Crow laws, she refused to relinquish her spot on a segregated bus to a white passenger. This simple yet profound act of rebellion sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. Parks displayed immense bravery, standing up against racial injustice despite the fear of retaliation. She was arrested, faced threats, and lost her job, yet she remained steadfast, her resolve unbroken. Her courage became a beacon, inspiring countless others to join the fight against racial segregation. Rosa Parks' story is a testament to the power of individual courage in the face of systemic oppression. It reminds us that fear can be conquered, and that resistance, however small it may seem, can ignite a revolution. Rosa Parks' story shows us that sometimes the greatest act of courage is standing firm in what you believe, even when the world seems against you. These historical figures faced their fears, but what about you? It's a valid question, isn't it? Fear is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to control us. Like Harriet Tubman, we can turn our fears into fuel that propels us toward our goals. The path may be dark and unknown, but every step taken is a step towards conquering that fear. Or consider Jackie Robinson. He didn't let the fear of failure or rejection stop him from becoming a symbol of resilience and breaking barriers. We too can channel this strength when we're confronted with our own fears. And then there's Rosa Parks. She shows us that fear can be a catalyst for change. When you feel fear creeping in, remember her courage. So, see your fear not as an obstacle, but as a challenge to overcome. Harness it, confront it, and let it lead you to your own acts of bravery. Remember, every act of bravery, big or small, starts with the decision to face fear. It's your turn now.